Hi, Chuck Woodbury with RVtravel.com. I'm here with Dave Helgeson, who's the show promoter for the Seattle RV Show and an avid RVer. And Dave, today we're going to talk about the affordability of RVing. You know, how much does it cost to do this, really?
It can be anything you want it to be for starters. But if for families starting out, you can buy an entry-level RV with payments between $100 and $150 a month. If you already own the SUV or truck, you can tow it. You don't need to go out and spend any money on a tow vehicle. So basically for $100, $150 a month, you can have an RV sitting in your driveway. And if you use that just a couple weekends a month, you can see the payback real quick. If you take your family to a Mariners game, family of four, so you're going to spend $100 easily for 3 hours of fun, where you can take that same $100, stretch out over a month, go out a couple weekends, and have a couple weekends of fun for the same amount of investment.
Yeah, I know. People wonder about how much it costs to camp, and you can go to a resort down on the coast of around LA and spend $150
Yes,
a
you
night,
can.
but that would be the upper end.
The high
Or
end.
you can camp for free.
Senior
Senior citizens over 62 can buy a $10 pass for the rest of their life at half price at national parks. There's books about free campgrounds, literally, thousands of places you can stay for free.
Exactly.
There's the government lands of Southern California, Arizona, and elsewhere, you stay for free. And then many, many public campgrounds, $10, $20 a day, and really every price point. Some RVers that they look at their budget and they say, well, we don't have quite enough. Well, there's a big movement toward work camping, which is working along the road, picking up part-time jobs. There's an organization called Work Camper News. That's all they do is match up employers with RVers, and so they can. Amazon hires a bunch of people at Christmas time, work for a few weeks, make enough money, and then go travel. So really, it is very affordable.
Another thing along that lines too is if you're doing volunteer work for a charitable organization or a 501c3, typically they'll supply you a camp spot. You can also write off your fuel to get there and from. One I participate in is called Passport in Times with the Forest Service and BLM. You go in and work on either restoring historical structures or maybe do an archaeological dig. They'll typically comp you a camp space. And like I said, you can take a tax deduction as well. So it can be very, very reasonable. And along your line, those government parks, in Washington State, we have the Department of Natural Resources. For your Discover Pass you buy for state parks here, but it's also good on DNR lands. And they operate 140 different campgrounds throughout the state, and they're free with your pass.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
There's a lot of options there.
Wow.
And on our state parks, if you're a senior, you can buy, I think it's $75 for a senior off-season pass, where you can camp for free weekdays at a lot of parks, or with hookups for $10.
Wow.
So there's definitely ways to make it very affordable.
And I think the other thing that's not mentioned too often is that you can treat an RV as right off the mortgage as you would a second home.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, if it has sleeping, bathroom facilities, and cooking facilities on it, and you don't already own a second home, you can treat it as a second home.
So anybody that was interested in pursuing that, just talk to their accountant, and their
Yes.
accountant will be totally up to speed on that.
Take my interest off.
So really, RVing is as affordable as you want it to be.
And another thing we didn't really touch on here in the Pacific Northwest is you don't have to go that far to, we have the ocean beaches under 150 miles away. We have Puget Sound right at our doorstep. We have the Cascades 50 miles away and Eastern Washington 100 miles away. So, very different geographical zones we can travel to without spending a bunch on fuel.
Yeah, I think we're really lucky up here to
very
have
fortunate.
that diversity. I mean, I was just back in the Midwest, and you've got beautiful campgrounds and places to stay, but you just don't have that variety with the high mountains
Right, you
and
have flat
the
and more
ocean
flat.
and everything that we have here.
Yes.
And we're not too far away from the deserts of the Southwest.
No,
So,
no.
yeah, we really do have
We're very, very blessed here.
And affordability also includes being able to cook your own meals and not expensive hotel rooms. And so, I mean, it really can be affordable for a family, for full-timers, whatever. So really, somebody just has to investigate the options.
Realistically, you don't have to factor in food because you're going to eat at home anyway. So if you're
Right.
eating the same diet on the road, that's a non-issue.
Yeah.
You're just looking at fuel and campground fees.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, so it is affordable, and you just, the Seattle RV Show, Dave's show, You cover that in topics, seminar topics?
Yeah, I do one seminar called Free Camping in Washington. We'll touch on DNR parks and boondocking options and other free, low-cost options in Washington State.
So that kind of thing, and just going to a show, of course,
Oh,
there's lots of experts
across
there
the
that
board.
will
Experts
will
on-
advise you on
yes,
that
we
stuff.
have the campgrounds there, state parks is there.
Yeah.
So you can get the whole spectrum. It's really everything RVing.
All right, well, thank you, Dave.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.